Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? Can everybody hear me? Here we go. Yeah, we good. What's up, Jamal Porter? Get up in here, man. What up? Here we go. Will Butler, Dirk W, Craig English. Life is crazy. Yes, sir. Let's get that 199. Holla. Yo, what up? BGJ. Happy Sunday to you as well. Life's crazy. T Smooth TV. Stephen Arthur, what's good with you, baby? Like what we did in the draft very much. It's pretty cool. I still got some questions. With BJ Jones, what's good with you? What's good with you? That's what's up. I'm glad you listened to me before work time. You know what I mean? What up, truckers? Cooking with truckers. Trucker cooking with trucker life. He has the best food you've ever seen on the planet. I promise you, he has the best food you ever seen on the planet. You know what I mean? What's good, Vondell? Jay Lombardi, my dog. Hey, you called that Damone Clark, baby. You called that Damone Clark. No, baby nuts, we didn't do that bad. I'm not going to even. I give us a solid B right now. It's still waiting to remains to be seen. With the picks, there's some developmental. We'll see what happens with that. With some players, but I don't think it was that bad. Let's go through and let's go through. Y'all got any questions, man? What up, Michael? Yeah, Bell. I think with Bell, like I said before, let's give him a chance. I said let's give him a chance, and he has a lot of work though, folks. He does have a lot of work that he has to get done, hands, feet, but the athletic abilities there. 6'5", 330. He's a Dallas kid. I think that's huge. I think that's something that's going to play a big part in his makeup. And he seems very mature. I like his attitude and enthusiasm, but I hope he come to work because he's going to be under scrutiny at the 24th pick, being developmental like it was Joe Philbin. I just made a post on my page that Joe Philbin has got to be able to develop these guys. He got Tyler Biadasz and Terrence Steele, Matt Faranock, and Josh Ball, and now with the Matt, what's his name? Just had it. Matt Waletsko kid, and also with Tyler Smith, he's got to develop these guys. So, that's why the jury is still out with me with this. Now, I can't tell you about that cornerback, Zaire. I'm going to keep it real. I did not look at any cornerbacks this year. As you see, they only drafted one, and that was in the later rounds, the 5th round. That's when you saw they drafted him. All I know is that when they brought him on that 30 visit, he was going to be a player that they were going to keep their eyes on. Because if you looked at the Cowboys, they're pretty much with Kelvin Joseph saying they're going to let the league handle it. I mean, they're stacked at cornerback. Obviously, they're not going to get rid of anybody. They're not looking to move anybody. So there wasn't no look, to me, in my opinion, for them to really go hard and really look at cornerback or safety. They got Marquise Bell, who I said they would pick in the 6th round. I did him in a mock draft where he was on the 7th round pick with us because I gained an extra pick in my mock. And they got him in undrafted as an undrafted free agent. But if you look at, they were pretty much felt they were good at corner and safety. So I can't really give you the report on him right now. All I know is he's 6'2", he's long. He'll contribute on special teams. He looks the part, what Dan Quinn likes, and we'll kind of see what goes from there. What's up, Teflon? We'll see what kind of goes from there. Now, Ridgeway, that was a pick I loved, though. John Ridgeway, if you need to go back and go through my interview I had with Brandon Tucker. Brandon Tucker always has those guys working. Yeah, I miss Mark Colombo too. The linebacker, I like Harper. I believe his name is Harper. Undersized, he's probably going to contribute on special teams. He's probably not going to get any work. Let's keep it real. He got drafted that low. I would think that Anthony Barr is the guy you need to keep your eye on. For real, for real. Anthony Barr, that's a guy that I've been talking about that they need to get in free agency at linebacker. But talking about Ridgeway, as I said before, my guy Brandon Tucker, he trained the number 1 draft pick in Trayvon Walker, and he's had the QB hunters for a long time, and they really do their thing over there. And he's been working out plenty of Cowboys. He had Gallimore this year, Ogadazua this year, and Golston this year. So he trains these guys, and he had John Ridgeway, and he said not only himself and his staff, but he said the players nicknamed him the Unicorn because he's 6'5", 335 pounds, and never seen a guy that could really do some of the things that he was doing. And he's nasty. You heard his interview. I think that was a great value pick. Some people were down on it in the who's who of the draft community, like CBS and things of that nature. But for where they picked him, I wanted them to pick him. I didn't know he was still available when it was like starting the round 4. But as soon as I saw that, I said, get him. I think he'd be a good addition with Bohanna. Now you got 2 0-1 techs that you can rotate, which you're feeling good about. And you got Carlos Watkins. You can still flex other guys in that 3 spot, but now you got another true 0-1 tech, and that's what the Cowboys needed. So I really like that pick. I don't know if he was sick, and I know I saw him at where I really noticed John Ridgeway, keep it real. And I was talking about the other defensive tackle. I wasn't really talking about Ridgeway as much when we were talking about the Senior Bowl. He was at the Senior Bowl. But one thing I noticed about Ridgeway, when I saw him, I kept looking like, who is this big, gigantic dude? Like, dude is gigantic. And that's the thing that stood out to me. I think he got hurt in that Senior Bowl. But I love that pick. I think let him grow. Him and Bohanna grow together and see how that kind of goes. No, we don't have Brent Urban right now. He's still kind of out there. Now, as far as the Damone Clark, Jay Lombardi, once again, I'm going to give you big shout-outs for calling Damone Clark because I was looking at a lot of other linebackers. You mentioned him. I jumped right on that and looked at him and said, yeah, I like him too. He looked good in the Senior Bowl next to Channing Tindall. But then, obviously, here's the bad part about it is that neck surgery. Yeah, LVE. He's still playing. So that's the good thing that he's had a little neck surgery. But, he never – I don't know if he had it to that level that Damone Clark has. So I'm sorry. Boss was like, let's get Damone Clark. Let's get Damone Clark when we were doing the live draft. And I love the talent, but any neck injury, spinal injury, you play linebacker, you're hitting all the time. I love the player. I don't like the injury. So that's a wait and see. Obviously, they wouldn't have drafted him unless he probably had a clean medical that he was going to get better. But too many times Cowboys go after these guys that are hurt and it's out for not just 2 weeks, but like a year. So I love the player, but I don't know if that pick, we'll see. If he comes back healthy, great sneaky pick. But that's a big risk. You hate gambling with free agency, but you take gambles with injuries like that. And that's the thing that bothers me about Stephen Jones. What they talk about free agency is that you won't pay a guy that's out there and put in work at 4 or 5 years and is ready to get paid, but it can really be a major contributor to your team and maybe get your team over the hump. But you take a chance on rookies who've never played in the NFL, then you take chances on injured players who had a spinal neck surgery. You take a chance on that, and he may never pan out. But because he's cheap, you're willing to take that chance, and that's where it goes back to the frustration of that. But it is what it is, so I'm not going to harp on that, and I'm not going to cry about that. What's up, sis? How you doing? Love you as well. But we got that Oklahoma State linebacker. I like him. I picked Sam Williams as the second-round draft pick in my mock draft a day before they had the draft. Some people said you overdrafted him, but I went with the Cowboys thinking I did. If you watch my Sam Williams video that I did about a month prior to him being drafted, I said Sam Williams, to me, was a fourth-round draft pick. I felt like he didn't have any rush moves. I felt like he was a little stiff. I felt like if you look at the video that the team he played against, it was Liberty. And that Liberty tackle was kind of working him. And he's not even a good tackle. And I seen he had 3 sacks in that game. 2 of them were because the tackle was just was just terrible, and those were anybody could have kind of got those sacks. So the Sam Williams, I was digging Sam Williams. Not saying I'm down on Sam Williams. What I'm saying is I was digging him in December, January. Then he had the combine time. But then when I watched his tape, and I looked a little bit on his background, I'm hoping the best. I'm hoping the best for him because he has the measurables: 6'3", 260 pounds, a solid. He can be good in the run game, but he's not good in the run game. He can be more physical, but he's not as physical as he should be with that size. So he could probably be a spot pass rusher because you have Dante Fowler and Dorrance Armstrong Jr. So you like what he can do. Maybe he can grow into that mold because you have a guy, Dan Quinn. But I looked at some stuff on his background, man, and I'm just going to have caution by his name with me for right now. So like you said, we'll trust in Quinn because Quinn is a really good motivator. He works his magic, and I like that. One of my favorite picks, besides John Ridgeway, he was a sneaky favorite pick, but Jalen Tolbert, Wink, you said get him. But yeah, I don't know if they're week one starters. Tyler Smith's going to have to be a week one starter. That's the pressure for him. So I hope, like I said, it's on Joe Philbin to me. Joe Philbin's got to work his magic. If you're talking about this offensive line coach and people saying Joe Philbin did this great job here in Dallas land, then here's where we have to see it. Because you have not a project, but a developmental player in Tyler Smith. We love the size. We love the attitude. We love all that. But he's still got a lot of technical work that he's got to work on to really be good on that offensive line. And you're going to think that he's got a plug and play right now. They're very high on him in that room. So if they're very high on him in that room and he's got a plug and play, then, you got a lot of stuff to clean up in a short time. So we'll see. And I definitely don't think Sam Williams is starting. I don't think he's ready to be a full-time starter. And I said that on my video. Jalen Tolbert is a sneaky guy who I like. I think that was the perfect spot for him. Getting him at 88 at one of my mock drafts, my second mock draft I ever did. I picked him at 88. When I went down to the Senior Bowl, I really honed in on him and some other receivers. But I love he's silky smooth. He's easy when he gets down the field. Doesn't look like he takes a lot of effort. He's a legit 4.4 guy. He averaged like 18 yards a catch last season, over 1,400 yards, over 80 catches. And he played really good against good competition when they played him. I think it's a great addition with CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup. I thought that was a great pick right there. If we're talking about, Tyler got to clean up. But, they don't want to give McGovern a chance because it's all about Philbin liking his guys. And Matt Farnock, I thought Farnock. I looked at this little excerpt from Bobby Belt, and I went and looked at it myself. He didn't play that bad. Actually, he looked kind of good. He had good feet, showed good strength and power at that center position. Farnock did in that Philly game. So I still think they should get Connor McGovern a chance at center because I think he could be a good center. So you got battles now because you got the Lindstrom kid who got undrafted from Boston College, who I think he can be a player. So that room right there, just at the center position, they made sure they upgraded because we don't know if Tyler Biadasz is the guy. So they covering their back with those two, with that pick and Farnock, and then you getting Lindstrom. So those are two guys that you're trying to push to the center and push competition for Tyler and not say we're giving him this job. You know what I mean? What up, Kevin G? I like Lindstrom. You know what I mean? I like him. No, John Ridgeway is not going to start. I definitely don't feel like he's going to start. Yes, Jay Lombardi. McGovern's not a left guard. I talked to his father. His father said he's never played left guard ever until he played in the NFL. So that told me something right there. They were trying to push him in a spot. I don't know if you're going to push you a spot to fail, and they really didn't even give him a chance. And even in those 5 starts at left guard, and he's never, ever played in his entire life, he only gave up 1 sack. So when people are saying this Connor McGovern is this trashy player, he's not, and he's a bad player, I don't believe that. They're saying he's getting pushed around. You got to watch tape. I don't see that. Yes, he did miss assignments. Yes, he did. But if you never played the position ever in high school, college, or the pros, and you're coming in playing against really good players, it's not like you play against bums. That Saints defensive line was one of the best at that time. Then you went against the Chiefs, who Chris Jones, and then you had Washington. So it wasn't like you were playing bummy teams, you know what I mean, and bummy defensive fronts. And you were, like I said, his dad. I ain't going by just what his dad said, but I believe Conor McGovern is still a player. He said he was all everything center. That was his position, and right guard. So I think you should still keep that depth with him. But I don't know how they're going to do it, and I don't know what Philbin's going to do. So we'll just kind of see how that kind of plays out. What's up, Eddie Cruz? You feel me? Yeah, I love the Marquise Bell pick, especially when you got him undrafted. What up, Bama fan? You know what I mean? So, but that fourth round pick, Jake Ferguson, tight end from Wisconsin. Um, yeah, he never played it before. What up, boys for life? Uh, Jake Ferguson. I like Jake Ferguson. They had Chigoziem Okwuemu. I think they still should have went after him. That's frustrating for me. Dallas just doesn't want to take speed. Like, I watched Jake Ferguson at the Senior Bowl. I said I would like for the Cowboys to get him because I know who the Cowboys like to draft. They get a certain type of tight end and they don't go from it. Dalton Schultz, Sean McKeon, Blake Jarwin was the only maybe different one because he had some inline speed, but they still stay with the same molded tight end. So that's why I was talking about Jake Ferguson. Um, I think he's a good player, but doesn't have the speed, but he's slippy. And I think with that 12 personnel, they can work something with him because I think he's just a good tight end. You know, I saw a lot of those good traits in at that Senior Bowl, but I feel like you had a guy like Chigoziem Okwuemu from Maryland who had the legit 4.5 speed. He's a tackle breaker. He was 6'3". He's not the part at 6'3", 240 as far as size, but man, he's a hybrid guy. He's that H-back that you could have used. He went to Tennessee. They're going to use him like Delaney Walker. I think that's going to be a good pick for them. And I feel like Dallas need to add that speed. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't. But I like Ferguson. I like his hands. I think, you know, he does have some good hands, probably one of the best hands in the bunch at the tight end position. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel that. But he's still in the mode of their same tight end of Jason Witness that they don't want to get away from. But I still like Ferguson. So I think he can be a good player. Just don't like that he don't really got the speed. And I feel like the Cowboys need that. I need to look at Big Cat. First of all, I love the name. I don't know everything about all the undrafted free agents, but a couple guys that I do like from the undrafted free agents were Dontario Drummond, wide receiver from Ole Miss, Malik Davis, running back from Florida. I'm going to check out Big Cat Bryant, defensive end from USC. I always like any kind of them Utah linebackers, so I'm going to keep a look on Micah Tafu. Also, Isaac Taylor Stewart from USC, and obviously Alec Lindstrom, center from Boston College. And, you know, just want to keep it. They got a lot of wide receivers. If you look at it, they got 1, 2, 3, 4 undrafted linebackers in the fold. So that's telling you they're still looking at that. And I would think, I'm telling you, they need to stop playing around. Just get Anthony Barr for a year or two, bro. Like, stop playing with that. But they still got 4 receivers in the fold, undrafted as well, on the undrafted tip. So that's telling you they still looking at upgrading because, yeah, you still probably made the mistake of letting Amari Cooper go. So you're building all these other receivers because you know it's still a need, for real. But they really need to. Yes, they did pick up a running back. They picked up 2 running backs undrafted. One was Aaron Shampleton from Harvard, which you probably know. But Malik Davis, that's a guy you keep an eye on for running back from Florida. But I don't think these are going to be any guys that are going to say, ooh, they're going to make the team and do something. I don't think it's going to be anything like that more than anything else. So I will always say the Cowboys do very good in their free agency, especially undrafted free agency. And they always look at the third wave of free agents in the NFL. Once again, that's why I'm going to continue to say, look at Anthony Barr. And I think Jarvis Landry is available. I think those are 2. I think my guy, is it Mark Anthony? I think he's in here. Yeah, he made it, said it on my Twitter. I'm agreeing with the 100%. Those are the 2 free agent targets that I would target in this third round of free agency would be Jarvis Landry and Anthony Barr. I would be set right there because now I got a veteran receiver who's proven, who can run routes, who's physical, who's a good pass catcher, has an attitude that you want on the offense. You're talking about attitudes, right? You're talking about getting people who are nasty, right? That's what you got when you got the Matt kid, who I thought that was a pretty good pick. Let me pull his name up again. Matt, well, let's go. There it is. Sorry about that. Matt, well, let's go. So you talking about you got two nasty people. Jarvis Landry is a nasty mentality type receiver, and you still got money available. Anthony Barr, you need that guy because you're still looking for linebackers. Devin Harper is not going to come in and do anything. These undrafted rookies that you got are probably not going to do anything. So you're still probably just set with Jabril Cox, Luke Gifford, LVE, and Michael Parsons. You get Anthony Barr in that fold, that makes it a whole lot easier. You got a veteran who's a 100 tackle season guy. He had like 70 tackles this past season. You had him in as a pre-draft in 2014, so obviously you like him. He has the length that you like at 6'5", 240, 245 pounds. He's only 30. Yes, he's had some injuries, but he's been pretty consistent as far as playing some games as of late. That's a great rental right there, in my opinion. Yeah, I wanted DeMarco Jackson as well. Who was my favorite pick of the draft? OTAs. I gotta pull that up. OTAs. What's this? April, May. I think OTA May. OTAs. I believe this month. At the end of the month, I believe that's not the official OTAs. I think the rookie camp, rookie mini camp, and those things are first. But my favorite pick would be Jalen Tolbert. That's my favorite pick. No, I'm gonna definitely check him out. Fry Fogel. I'm gonna definitely check him out. That's why I said I don't know a lot of these undrafted free agents. I know a little bit of them, don't know all of them, but I'm gonna go through and just the tape I have on, I can get on each one of them. I'm just gonna go through this whole week and kind of glance over them and just kind of give my thoughts on them. But I don't want to sit there and say, "Oh yeah, I know this player. He nice," and I ain't never seen him a lick. But the names you guys are throwing out there, I'm definitely honing in on, and I'm gonna pull up the tape and check them out, and give you my thoughts about them later. You remember I told you, Jay? I mean, Wink. What up, Tavis? Remember I told you, Wink. He reminds me of Jalen Guyton from North Texas State, I believe. He's with the Chargers right now. If you look at their measurables, I believe they have almost like the same identical measurables. I don't know if Guyton is running a 4.4. I think he did. But he reminds me of him, but I think he's better. A solid. I think he's a solid number two. I don't think he's a number one. I think he's a solid number two, a very strong number two, and he reminds me of Jalen Guyton. As soon as I saw him, I was like, damn, because I wanted them to keep Guyton because I thought Guyton could be a player for Dallas. No, I did not, and it was so crazy about it, Mel, is I was going to do a Jalen Tolbert video, and I'm kicking myself that I didn't. I actually had South Alabama games, and I seen a couple games where he really turned up, and I was going to show this game because this is who I wanted to draft, but I never got around to it. I'm still kicking myself I didn't. I hope Bland isn't just a fifth round body, so I hope. Yeah, I think Bell's going to make the team too. I think they're high on him. I think they're going to give him every chance. And I keep hearing in the streets, I don't know how true it is, that Mukama wants to play corner, doesn't want to play safety. And they drafted him, it was corner, and then they morphed him to a safety because of his range, and he played safety in high school. But if that's the word is true that he wants to go back to corner, that's another young safety that you can, have around. So let me get this question up here. James, seeing the pieces Dallas added on the offense, how do you think Dak will play this year since he has a absolute number one receiver and not three of them? Well, I mean, he had an absolute number one in Amari Cooper. They just targeted CD Lamb more. I feel like this is I'm gonna say it in my opinion, this is a critical year for Dak in my eyes, because he's not gonna have the Amari Cooper. You have CD Lamb. CD Lamb is not as good as Amari Cooper to me. He could be good, but he's not yet. Now you have your guy Michael Gallup who's out. He's probably not going to be playing like the first month. So you have a James Washington. You have a young rookie in Jalen Tolbert, Dalton Schultz. Jake Ferguson could be your replacement because you signed a 1-year deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have new moving parts, but maybe not the explosive. You lost to Cedric Wilson. You lost the other cat that went over, the other receiver that we were liking. I can't remember his name. Y'all knew y'all got it in the chat. But I feel like you don't have the offense that you had the year prior. So Dak needs to really show the franchise right here, in my opinion. Really needs to show he's the franchise because you don't have all those weapons that you had last year. They went down a notch. So now I need to see Dak's game go up a notch, in my opinion. That passing's got to get better. I think it needs to be more gambling out there, him as a quarterback. They don't need to throw it around everywhere every like 50 times a game. But I do think they need, Malik Turner. But I definitely think they need to start going deep with this ball and attacking these defenses, not always settling underneath and throwing it to Dalton Schultz for a 5-yard gain or dumping off into the flats. I want to see deep passes. I want to see verticals. I want to see him tacking verticals. But get it to where you can make it to where these are good plays for Dak. And I feel like Dak needs to let it go and wing it and take them chances. And we need to push that ball downfield. I definitely want to definitely feel like this is a critical year for Dak. You just got the contract once again. And this is where everybody's going to be looking at you like, hey, you the franchise, bro. So if you don't have all the greatest moving parts, you still got talent. This is where you have to show the franchise and win games and put games on your back. When all else is not working, you got to be able to win them games. Offensive line, the team, it's not all on him as far as that, but we've seen franchise quarterback when they may not have the as great as talent, they still make do and make it work and still look nice with it. That's what happens. It's just the truth. And doesn't take my love away from Dak Prescott and how I feel about him, but he's got to do better and he's got to step up. And this is a big year for me, in my opinion, for Dak Prescott. Yeah, I would love to see him. I don't see where Francis Bernard is going to really make an impact. Oh, hey, what's up, Coach? Good to see you up in here. And I will say, I don't know the size, but I'd have to watch that again. I didn't watch tremendous amount of tape on Damone Clark. I watched a few games. I watched him in that Senior Bowl, but he definitely has that size. But man, that injury scares me more than anything. Dean is nice though, but yeah, there's a lot of good linebackers in there. Damone Clark is very good, and one thing I like about Damone Clark, I think he had like 100 tackles. He's very instinctual, and that's what I like about him. All right, I'll get that up there. It's a super chat, $4.99 holla. But Hippo character runs at high speed, his legs forming like a ball light blur. Gotcha. There it is. We ready. You want my honest opinion on it, man? I mean, I can only be real. Do you think he will take that step this year, James? Be honest with us on Dak. I can't tell you. I'll be honest. That's my honest. I hope. He has it in him. But I had a scouting report that was read on Dak Prescott when he came out of college. And this ain't bash Dak, but I'm sorry. Oh, my bad. It's an emoji. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm old, bro. I don't know nothing about that emoji stuff. You feel me? What's up, OG? What's up? What's up, dog? What's up? But um, they had a scouting report from the NFL Network on Dak Prescott, and it was accurate as hell. I actually showed it to my members. I didn't want to show it on my community page because too many people would hate on Dak if they seen this scouting report. I showed it to my dog Mel. Mel knows I sent it to him. No, I don't think we're a Super Bowl team this year. I don't think so. But anything can happen. But I don't think so. We could. You feel me? But who knows? But this scouting report on Dak, it was so accurate. And it's still like the stuff they said about him in 2016 coming out of college. I still see it. And the thing that was ringing out to me about what they were saying about Dak when he was coming out of college was that he still kind of looks at that pressure and he still kind of throws to where the person is, not throwing where the ball should go and then that person should get it. He throws at that person and still won't throw it deep, worrying about the interception. Like those things they were saying about him in 2016, I still see some of those things. And so that's where I'm like, okay, man, like you got it in you, dog, but you got to just be reckless with it and just like let it go. Like I see it in Dak. Like I see it in him, but I just feel like just from me, he gets too conservative at times and want to make the safe throw and make the right, don't want to mess up. And I'm like, at times, I don't care if you mess up, bro. Just throw it. I don't care what you do. Run the ball. Like, I need to see that. And sometimes I don't see it and I get frustrated because I feel like, man, we're past that now. What's up, Young Wilson? Shout out to you from Hawaii. Good morning. Good afternoon. Love you. Appreciate you for that good look on the draft coverage. We went hard in the paint on that. But I just got to see. I hope he takes the next step. He got it in him. But do I believe he's just going to do it? I can't honestly say I do. Because I still been seeing things that have been going on since he was first drafted. And I feel like this 6 years later, and you got to move on past that now because you should be a different type of quarterback. You get what I'm saying? So that's just what I feel. It doesn't say I don't believe in Dak. It doesn't say I don't love Dak. But I don't know if I feel like, if you want my honest opinion, I just feel like there's the ceiling. When you see like a Zach Wilson, right? The reason why he was the number one pick, because that's a high ceiling Zach Wilson has. You feel me? When you look at Zach Wilson, you're like, that dude gonna get better, and when he just really gets it, he gonna be nasty, dog. Like he gonna be the talent is just there. But he's just gotta really get better with the game. But he has a high ceiling. I feel like Dak's ceiling is there. Like I don't feel like Dak's ceiling is gonna get any higher. So I feel like what we see of Dak is what he is, but his leadership, those things can go with your talent and you can win games and you can win a Super Bowl with that. That's why I believe he can win a Super Bowl, because he has those other characteristics, not just with talent. But he doesn't have that talent like some of these other dogs do. I just don't believe that, for real. He doesn't. And I feel like what we've seen of what Dak is now, I just don't feel like, I mean, he is limited as a passer in certain things. He is. I just feel like what we're seeing of Dak is this is what he is. His ceiling is not going to get any higher. I don't believe that. Just my opinion. But am I saying no, get rid of Dak? No, because you can still win a Super Bowl with what he is and what else he brings outside of the box with his leadership. Everybody loves him as a player. He works hard. And I feel like that can win a Super Bowl along with other elements of the team, because you do have to have a team around him. So that's why I said we got to see, because he lost a little bit of talent. So I needed Dak to step up in certain things. But I don't feel like Dak. I feel like Dak's ceiling is kind of there. That's me. What you want to talk about with the young lineman on the D line? I feel like Ogadazoo is going to be take a next step in year 2. I really love Ogadazoo year 2, and I feel like getting those other guys out there, as far as Bohanna year 2, Ridgeway, re-signing Carlos Watkins. You can flex Golston in there. I think that's going to really help Ogadazua because I think he wore down last year playing too many snaps. So if you can really get him in a good rotation, you're gonna really see a lot from Ogadazua. I love Golston. Really like Golston. I think that when he came in this past season, that he didn't have any pass rush moves. He was just a really try hard athlete, good size. But my dog Brandon Tucker is working with him. I have full confidence in that, and I think he's going to do some really good things with there. And I like that pick because he's a flex guy. He can play multiple positions all along the line. And I really like how they can do that. He can play inside. I thought he was a better inside than outside player. But if he learns some good hand fighting and good hand fighting, he can be like a D-Law for real. Shout out to the $5 holla for smoke for you, 14 for you. I like that. BGJ, I'm Ty Fry Fogel's cousin. Nice. He will give 100 runs, great route, great hands. Go watch Indiana Ohio State. Kid is nice. I definitely will. And shout out to you. You his cousin. Shout out to you, big dog. I definitely will go check that out. And that's pretty awesome. Hey, since he's your cousin, selfish plug right now. Since he's your cousin, holla at me and tell him to get on the show then, dog. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me that. Bring him on the show. You feel me? Hit that like button, man. I'd love to have him on the show so we can hear him. So get him on here. You know we do interviews. You know we bring Cowboy players. We do all that stuff. So get in my inbox. Holla at your cuz. He's your cuz. Holla at him and get him on here. Let's have an interview. Feel me? Let's make that happen. Straight up. What's up, Sugar Daddy? Love how you be supporting on that Philly podcast. And hey, I don't know if y'all be on there, but y'all need to check that out, man. That Best of Enemy podcast I got with my guy Joe Castro, Philly is really growing. Check that out, man. We did that. We really hit that draft real hard. You know what I mean? And I'm really excited about that. It's really growing. We're going to hit some other content creators besides the NFC East. So go out there and support that. And one last thing I want to say on a tip, I got this new show that I'm doing. Hey, I appreciate that. I'm gonna get this comment out right here. Atlas Latest says new to the show, but I like it here. You told it how it be with Dak. I appreciate that. And we want to see you more in here. We really love to chat, and that's really indicative on my chat. I got a great chat up in here. I got great mods. I got great people. We talk good football. Don't be the crazy talk in here. If the crazy talk is in here, we get rid of them in the goon squad. But we real cool. Everybody we let everybody talk, but no disrespect. Nobody be disrespectful in here at no times. We have this good football talk. You can have your differences and say you may not like a player. I will never try to kick you out or ban anybody because they don't like the player I like. But if you're disrespectful with it, then you're not going to be here. But I appreciate you. Please come in here more, man. We're really doing our thing. But I want to tell everybody this while I'm talking. What's up, Lamar? Shank me with the butter knife. What's up with you, dog? I appreciate you. Goon Squad, you know how we do. But I got a podcast, and I'm getting ready to start it next week as far as the videos. But listen to this very closely. I'm doing the high school thing. I told my members about it, and I posted on Twitter. I'm back doing my high school thing, high school interviews. And I really want everybody to listen to this because I want y'all to support on this. I got 3 interviews already started. I'm interviewing my cousin today, Ryan Yates, who just signed with the University of LSU as a defensive back 4-star recruit. He's going to really turn up and do his thing. I've already interviewed a kid named Jason Kim from Virginia, offensive lineman. Jeremiah Davis, who y'all really going to like that interview. He's a sophomore running back. He was first team All-State as a freshman. He's about 5'9", 165 pounds now. 1,000 yards as a first year, 9 touchdowns as a freshman, kickoff returns, and he's every bit of that part. And then I just interviewed this kid named Button Lakes. He's a 6'1", 295-pound offensive lineman, right guard, right tackle. Jason Kim was a right tackle. He wants to play defense, but Buttons Lake is a right guard, right tackle. And I got tape on all of them. I'm definitely show you Ryan, and I got 2 other kids I'm interviewing for next week. And where this thing is really going to grow. I just had this scouting recruiting publication. Just follow me on Twitter. we're definitely going to get a hold of them so we can really make this thing great. So I know the Cowboys content is not going anywhere, but basically before these guys became NFL players, before they became college players, they started out in the high school and the youth football league. That's what I've been doing. That was my passion, and we're bringing that back. So please, everybody who supports myself with Big Game James with this, please, I want y'all to support this. Support the kids, man. I'm all about the youth, and we really want to make this thing great. Who knows? We see some of these kids that are interviewed on the shows as freshmen, sophomores, juniors, whatever. We get them scholarships. We open up doors for them to get scholarships, so they don't have to pay for school. And who knows? You could see them in a draft. You could see them getting drafted. And we had them on the show. You know what I mean? So we could see their actual journey because we're not just interviewing these kids one time. I'm going to build a relationship where we meet them, we interview them again through a mid-season, we interview them again after the season, see how their season goes. So I'm really excited about that brand that we're really going to open on that high school field. I think it's really going to do a lot of big things, and I really want anybody who really deeply supports Big Game James to go out there and support that high school showcase show that I'm going to be doing. It's going to be Generation Next. That's kind of the tentative title, but we're really going to go hard on that, and that's going to be a great show. So please go support, show that support. Nice. Appreciate you, dog, for the smoke 14, yeah. 1-4, yeah. I see how I'm old, so I'm still learning all this. Smoke 1-4, yeah. I feel you on that. 024, baby. But appreciate for the $5 holla and the donation. But he just tells me, just talk to his pops. He will get back at me and to see what we can do. Yes, tell him to check out the channel. I've interviewed tons of Cowboys former players, got a few active Cowboys players. You get what I'm saying? And, you know, I love the interview. We would love to have him on. We want to hear his story. We want to see what he can do and open doors, man. And I would just love to hear what he had to say. So let's hopefully we can make that happen. That'll be an exciting interview we could get ready for. So definitely please make that happen. You know what I mean? Atlas latest new person who just came in. Already given a $5 holla. We really appreciate you. Great idea. Looking forward to interviews. Yes, you're really going to love it. And also, you guys, we're going to be doing dual channels when I'm telling you. I think Sugar Daddy Williams made the post about it being fire. It really is. I can't lie. That Philly podcast, we do Best of Enemy podcast. We've been doing it for every Sunday for about 2 months. It's really grown. It's very analytical. It's not a bunch of hollering and screaming. It's very respectful in the chat. But it's talking good football about your opponent. And I had a good content creator from Washington, another good content creator from the Giants. We're morphing that into something that's going to be weekly so we can talk about matchups and things of that nature. And we're going to step outside the box and really hit every other team that is out there. Me and Joe Castro are every team that is out there and bring their content creator on. We play this team. We can break down numbers, things of that nature. I'm telling you, man, I think that's really going to grow. So go out there and support that as well. If nobody cares if they're a Philly, we're going to have the dual channel, or my channel is going to be open. So please support that as well. It's going to be awesome. You know what I mean? I don't know if trading up for Dulux would have been cool. We'll see. What up, Edmund? Good to see you, man. Yes, but I love John Ridgway. So, but I'm gonna get up in my booth thing said dinner's ready. Well, I said dinner. It's 3:30. Afternoon lunch is ready. And I'm getting ready to interview my cousin, nephew. I call him little nephew, but my cousin Ryan Yates on I told you my Generation Next podcast that we're doing. He's standing by. I'm gonna go ahead and knock this food out and get that interview popping next week. Yeah, that is a big problem. That's a whole big problem. James, problems, a lot of green, no papers. Whoo, yeah, that's big problems. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be fine that right now. But gonna go do that interview. These interviews will drop Monday. I'll drop them each day. So once again, please support that. Their interviews will be dropped. Their tape will be dropped. So check out their tape from each one of these kids that I show. Their interviews will be dropped one by one starting next Monday. Well, I'm sorry, excuse me, starting Monday. Tomorrow, I'll drop my first interview because these are all been pre-recorded. So please support these kids, man. We want to open up doors. I feel like a pipeline is really about to get opened up. And every one of these kids that I've already interviewed, all of them have 3.5 and up. Every one of them. What up, Joe Chantrina? So that's awesome. They're not also already doing it on the field. These kids are working their butts off the field. So, man, it's just great to see. So, once again, I can't say enough. Go support that Generation Next. Support these kids. Support those videos. Watch the videos, like the videos, share the videos, do everything you can, because who knows? A recruiter may come up. I'm trying to open these doors for these recruiting analysts to be able to see these kids maybe they don't know about. So it's all about getting the doors open for them and getting their shine. So let's make that happen. And I'm going to head up out of here. Big Game James, man. I love y'all. Thank you for the support. We just hit 13,000 on the channel, man. You guys are freaking awesome. 13K and rising. We had the goal of 15K by the start of the season. We met our goal last year of hitting 10K by the season last year, and we did that. I ain't all about the numbers, but hey, when you're doing this as a business type thing, you want goals and you want to have goals, and that's my goal. And I definitely feel like we can attain that. So let's get to that 15K by the start of the season. The more people we get subscribing, the more that we can open up doors for these young people, because that's more exposure for them. So let's make this thing great, man. Let's continue to do our thing, and let's see how these Cowboys do. We got more video breakdowns on the draft picks. I got tape on these guys, so I'll be showing my own video breakdowns of these guys. Go support those videos. We really appreciate that. We'll be popping off with a members meeting because we just had a contest. So members meeting will be tomorrow, and we'll go through all those things. But please continue to support the page, and let's make this thing great. I love y'all, and it's been a great thing over here, man. And I really appreciate y'all like no other. Big Game James, I'm out. Peace. Talk to you soon.